What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you a review of the New Balance 990 V6 in this Marblehead and Vintage Indigo colorway from the 2023 Grey Day collection. So this shoe released to celebrate Grey Day, which is a made-up sneaker holiday from New Balance. Releasing on May 12th alongside 3 other made in USA silhouettes, we had the 996, the 998, the 990 V4, which I reviewed on my channel as well, along with this one, the 990 V6. So these retailed for a price of $220 US or $285 here in Canada. The colorway, like I said, is Marblehead and Vintage Indigo, and the style code is U990TC6. So the V6 is the latest generation of New Balance's iconic 990 running shoe series. And it made a major splash earlier this year with the Action Bronson collaboration, but this by far is my favorite general release colorway to release so far. As we dive into the details of this shoe, so we start things off with the toe box. This is covered in this sail or off-white colored mesh, and we have this reflective 3M layer right above this featuring the New Balance branding in navy blue. We also have another layer of reflective 3M in blue on the medial edge of the toe, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this perforated nubuck. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a gray colored suede, and compared to the 990 V4, which featured a very hairy, very shaggy suede, the suede used on these V6s is much flatter in comparison. So the same flat gray suede covers the eyelets of the shoe, and then the top 2 eyelets is once again covered in another layer of this reflective 3M in navy and gray. Beneath this on the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance N logo, which is also constructed in that same reflective material, and then underneath this we have a combination of perforated nubuck and mesh. And then running down the entire length of the shoe, we have more of that gray suede as well. And then surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have more gray suede, and then pressed onto the lateral side, we have 990 branding. In the middle of the heel, we have a gray colored TPU heel cup featuring reflective detailing with the New Balance branding and Made in USA branding as well. And then the top of the heel is covered in a blue colored mesh, and we have these reflective panels on either side of the top as well. In terms of laces, so these come with 2 different lace options. The standard default lace and the one that I really prefer are these flat style laces in white. But if you want to give the shoe a bit more contrast, they also give you a faded blue colored lace as well. Underneath this, the bottom half of the tongue is constructed out of that same mesh that we saw on the toe box, but we have a gray colored mesh on the top half of the tongue, and this is more of a tightly wound mesh, so it differs from the mesh found on the rest of the shoe. And then glued on the top we have this blue patch featuring New Balance 990 V6 branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe is lined in this white colored mesh. And then as far as the insoles go, these come with a very well padded foam lined insole. It's covered in a white colored textile on the top, and we have New Balance running branding stamped on the heel in blue. So the upper of the 990 V6 sits atop an extremely chunky fuel cell foam midsole. So fuel cell is one of New Balance's top cushioning technologies, and in the case for this midsole, the midsole itself is painted in white on the forefoot and this cream color on the lateral heel. And in addition to fuel cell, they also incorporate an end cap wedge, which is this beige colored wedge that you see on the heel. An end cap, for those who aren't familiar with this, is a dual density foam setup consisting of a softer EVA core, and then it's surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim, which gives you that good balance of softness in the middle and support on the edges. And then finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a combination of black and white colored rubber. We have this wavy style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with these grooves to give you added flexibility. And then in the middle of the heel, you'll see this beige hit. This is actually exposed fuel cell foam. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these V6s. And for those wondering about sizing, my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I go a half size down to a 9.5 in the 990 V6. So I got these in a 9.5 and they fit me very nicely. In fact, they actually fit me better compared to the Action Bronson and the OG gray colorways, both of which I've reviewed on my channel previously. So the issue that I had with those 2 previous colorways was around this toe box area right here. So while the 990 V6 runs a little bit long lengthwise, I found that this toe box area was a little bit narrow, so it did require some break-in time to really form to your feet. However, for this colorway, straight out of the box, I found that there's a little bit more room in this toe box area. I didn't really feel the same level of pinching that I did with those other colorways, so it could be just a manufacturing inconsistency. Honestly, it comes down to millimeters sometimes, but at least in my experience, this pair felt ever so slightly more wide, so going a half size down fit me absolutely perfectly. If you have a really wide foot, you might want to consider sticking true to size. It's just, again, the V6 runs a little bit long, so you're going to have to deal with some extra length in the shoe to accommodate the width of your foot. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go a half size down in other made in USA models like the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, and V5. And in comparison, I usually stick true to size or a size 10 in models like the 2002R, 1906R, and a lot of made in UK models like the 991, 1500, and 1530. Moving on to the comfort, so the V6 is an extremely comfortable shoe, but it feels very different from past 990s. As you can tell with this midsole, it's a very chunky, very elevated midsole. So while it feels very plush and soft underfoot, I feel like you lose a lot of stability. So for example, if I'm leaning backwards on my heel, because of how massive this midsole is, it feels a little bit unstable. Whereas compared to the V5, that was an extremely stable shoe. So it comes down to personal preference. If you like more of that pillowy, bouncy feel, this shoe will be great for you. But if you like something more low to the ground, more stable, and doesn't have as much of a dynamic feel on foot, then you probably won't love the V6 compared to those past iterations. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was very solid. This is a made in USA shoe, and the suede used on the shoe I thought was very, very nice. It's not a long, shaggy suede, but it doesn't matter. It still feels and looks very good quality. And the overall build and craftsmanship, I really had no issues whatsoever. I thought the panels were stitched on and placed consistently, so the left foot and the right foot looked symmetrical, and there weren't too many noticeable glue stains at all. And I thought the paint job was also solid too. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. I think New Balance did a great job on this entire grade A collection. Honestly, I was so close to picking up at least 3 of the 4 pairs. I just thought it'd be a bit irresponsible to buy 3 shoes that pretty much look the same. So when it came down to it, I picked up the V4 and the V6, and now that I have both of them in hand, tried them on both, I think the winner for this year's collection goes to the V6 by a hair. There's something about the colorway of the shoe, I think it just looks so good. And I especially like these cream hits on the heel of the shoe, which really elevates it to that next level. And this might be a hot take, but I actually prefer this flatter suede compared to the shaggy suede on the V4. I just think the V4 is more of a sporty, performance-oriented sneaker, and I felt like the shaggy long-haired suede didn't work as well on the V4 compared to this flatter suede on the V6. But the beauty of sneakers is everyone has their own opinion, and there's no real right or wrong answer, and honestly, both of these pairs were absolute fire. That's why I picked up both of them myself. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think with this New Balance 990 V6 in this grade A colorway. What are your overall thoughts on this pair? How do you feel that New Balance executed this colorway? And of the pack, which are the ones did you pick up? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.